Hey there, I'm Chris. This is the channel where we're fighting Father Time. Today we're gonna do a follow along. I'm gonna do my mace exercise. I'm gonna do heavy 360s. My workout says today's a mace day. It's a 360 day and it's a time to do heavy as opposed to light. For me personally, 20 pounds is a heavy mace. Your mileage may vary. You may be bigger, stronger. You may be newer to this and want a lighter mace. When I do light mace 360s, I do sets of 45 and I do over 500 total currently. When I do heavy, I do sets of 15 and I want to feel it at the end. I want to be tired. So for me, it's a 20-pound mace. So that's what we're going to do. I'm going to set a timer for 90 seconds and we're going to run it EMOM style. So even though it's not every minute on the minute, it's going to be every 90 seconds on the 90 seconds. So it's going to beep. I'm going to do my set of 15 and then I'll put the mace down and I'll rest until the next beep. Each set, I'm going to change my hands. So I'll do right hand on top and go around one way. And then the next set, I'll do left hand on top and go around the other way. And we'll just count them out. I'm going to record this entire workout. What I will likely do is do 2 or 3 rounds in real time. Then I'll speed up the middle because I don't know that you want to watch 13 rounds of this in real time. And then we'll do the last couple and talk about what we did. The last 2 times I've done this workout, I've done 12 sets of 15. So today I'm going to try to move that up to 13 sets of 15. I am never in a rush to move up, but I do think it's very important that we progress over time or show progress over time. So today I'm going to do 13 sets of 15. I don't know if you can see this timer and I don't know if it's going to stay there. It's probably going to fall down at some point, but I tried to prop it up so that you can see it. Let's hit start and let's get going. And there's 15. Set the mace down and we get about a 45-second rest, 47-second rest. When starting out, I'm looking at my mace rack here. I started out with an 8X adjustable mace. I eventually bought a second 8X mace. Being able to micro load various weights was really helpful for me. Looking back on it, that's an expensive purchase. You could probably do just as well if you bought a 10-pound mace, a 15-pound mace, and a 20-pound mace. You could get a lot of the benefits, a lot of the same results. You might have a couple of challenges along the way. We'll come back to that. Mace down, we're at the same timer spot. I did forget, I lose track of my sets. So when I do a large number of sets, I usually have poker chips out. So I'm going to grab 13 chips. And as I move them from one place to the other, it lets me know how many sets I've done. So I've now done 2 sets. Going back to what I was talking about before, I have a 10-pound mace that I use for warming up and just trying new movements. And I have a 20-pound fixed weight mace that I use for this heavy workout. Here we go. There we go. So I use a 20-pound mace for my heavy 360s. And it is, honestly, it's too heavy for me to do a lot. I might be able to do 1 or 2 uppercuts, but it's hard for me to move this around in any, I don't know, in any fashion where I own the weight. I'm always out of control and it falls down a lot. I don't have a 15-pound fixed mace, but one of my 8X maces is set at 15.5 pounds. The other one is at 13.25. And so the 15.5 pound is kind of my comfort one. The timer goes fast. We'll come back to that. Okay, that's going to continue to run in the background, and we're going to do the next set of exercises. We've done 3 sets. We'll do 7 at 4 times speed here. If you want to watch them in real time, you can slow YouTube down to 0.25, and then we'll do the last 3. In the meantime, let's talk about the beauty of this workout. And this holds true for Mace. It also holds true for club and for kettlebell. The amount of fine-tuning that you can do to a program with these types of equipment is unlike anything else, at least that I've ever done before. You can adjust the difficulty of the workout by the number of reps in a set. Clearly, doing sets of 10 reps is harder than doing sets of 5 reps. Sets of 20 reps is even harder, sets of 30 reps. So you can do more at one time and you make the exercise harder. You can do more sets to make the exercise harder. 5 sets, then 6 sets, then 7 sets, then 8 sets. You can reduce the amount of time in between sets. So getting a full minute rest in between sets is a lot easier than getting 30 seconds of rest in between sets. You can use those 3 factors to fine-tune the work to rest ratio. So if you're doing an equal amount of work and rest, or if you're doing double the work to rest or triple the work to rest. And then finally, you can add weight to the equation. So if you feel like you've maxed out the amount of exercise that you can do in the amount of time that you have available, then go up a pound, go up 5 pounds, depending on the piece of equipment that you have. So use the number of sets, the number of reps, the amount of rest, the weight, your overall amount of work that you're doing in how much time with how much weight. You can fine-tune that to infinity. And that's a beautiful thing that no other program has. Okay, let's get back to the workout. Okay, and we should be coming back to video. We have 3 more sets left. What I'm noticing, and I've noticed this before, one side is more comfortable than the other. Right hand over left ear is, I feel like I could do a lot more, and it's just in tune with my body. It's just, I get in a rhythm. Left hand over right ear is awkward with every circle, and it's better than it used to be, but it's ongoing practice. This is always practice. trying to get better each day. Here we go. Left shoulder rotates forward just slightly. 5. So your body is turned. 7. As you start the process. 10. Hands go behind your neck, all the way down to your t-shirt. And it's basically a pullover, the top portion of it. You're coming around and really pulling the weight forward. So you're using your lats and your triceps at the end of that. Two more reps left. I've done 2 more sets. I've done 11 sets. I've never done more than 12 with this weight. So we'll do left hand on top here, and then we'll get one more bonus one with right hand on top. The general goal is to do the same number to each side. All right. That ties the mark I've done the last 2 times. So I'm excited to get one more in. I'm definitely starting to get sweaty. Most of my workouts I judge by sweatiness. It's a combination of muscle fatigue and heart rate, breathing, and just for me, sweatiness kind of encapsulates all of that. So I know which workouts are my sweatiest. Those are my hardest workouts. This one I'm not getting quite as sweaty as normal, but it is a big heavy mace. My hand grip, and I don't want to slip off the back of this. Safety is always key. Safety of my surroundings. I don't want to break a door. When the dog's in the room, I don't want to hurt the dog. So it's always very important to be in control of the equipment. Here we go, last set. Hands all the way down by collar. You get a good rhythm going. That always feels good. We're gonna call it there. So that is 13 sets of 15 on a 90-second timer, EMOM style, 20-pound on-it club. For comparison, I am 5'9", 140 to 145 pounds. I've been doing mace for a few years, so I've got some practice behind me. I've always been considered athletic, but I've never been considered really strong. So maces are deceivingly heavy. If you're starting out, even if you're a big guy, 20 pounds might be really heavy. I recommend starting lighter, getting comfortable with the exercises, and then moving up from there. Hope you enjoyed this. Hope you learned something from it. Hope it's something that you can incorporate in your own workouts. And we'll see you next time. Go get better.